So there we go. Let's move on to the next game, which, gosh, it's so nice to start off the season 4 games in a row at home, all 4 of them being winnable. All 4 of them, there shouldn't be any reason Nebraska doesn't go on a road with a 4-0 record. So the third game, the last one in the out of conference, is UNI, Northern Iowa. I could not find any returning offensive production information on them because they aren't Division I, I don't believe. So I could not find them on that list. So that's also a night game. I believe a 6:30 kickoff, Saturday, September 14th in Lincoln. What are your thoughts on this one? Do you think this is kind of that catapult game that gets us into conference play, or is this kind of one of those letdowns that happens after a big win over Colorado?
I think it's a pretty exciting game. I think we probably start off a little bit slow because after that win against Colorado, our guys are going to feel a little bit high and mighty on themselves. And maybe they kind of like start off kind of slow. But then I think, even though the score I think is going to be very similar to UTEP, I think that it's going to be one of those games where it's kind of boring for the first quarter and a half, and then they just get loose and they just start to rip into the dudes. I think it's something like a 44-10 victory, Nebraska. Like I said, it's probably like 7-0 with 5 minutes left in the second quarter, and then it just they just start beating the brakes off of them because I don't know, maybe our guys get a little bit of fire under their ass and realize, oh, we got to work for this. We can't just it's going to be a constant story of the teachable moments where they should have been learning in seasons past. They're going to learn, and they're going to find the grit that they need to push through the hard moments where you're like, oh, shoot, this FCS school is going to give us a real hard time. And if we're not careful, that Georgia Southern game is lingering in the back of my mind. I don't want something like that to happen again. And then they just boop. So I'm thinking 44-10 Nebraska. It's kind of a slow start, makes us feel a little bit ucky, but then it just, by the end of it, we're all drunk and happy.
Well, Moonbot's drunk right there with you. 48-13 is what he picks.
Oh yeah, Moonbot. Let's go.
Yeah, buddy. He's feeling it too. He's feeling it too. I'm feeling fairly close. Maybe the scrubs get in on defense. Maybe we're on a third string defense. They get a garbage time touchdown to get up to 17 points, and Nebraska scores 35 before Yank and Raiola and most of the first team offense. Then we don't score again in the fourth quarter, something like that. That's kind of how I see it. 35-17. Defense gets some depth building reps for these younger kids who probably going to give up some points, but it's good for them. It's good for them to get in and get some live bullets coming at them. This might be the game that's the coming out party for, say, a Vincent Shavers Jr., who we talked about on the show, who I talked about with Justin Adams on the Nebraska football show at Voice of College Football. So, and then you and I, 44-10. My Rhule-Aid pick is 42-17, basically the same. It's a random word my phone decided should be in there.
Yeah, because I looked up molarity and it's like it's not even a word.
Okay, we'll go with that, Greg. 98-0 he has for, I believe, this one. Wait a minute. Did I not mention? Wow.
Yes, it skipped ahead.
Wow.
Or no, it was in the wrong order.
Okay, no. I thought I had put 62-36 for the Colorado score, but I remember now I changed my mind. I didn't want to throw that out in the universe that we would actually match the score that they stole our soul with. So 42-17 for UNI.